Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One.
Them niggas came from Mars, y'all came from Venus. I'm feeling way too high-headed, I gotta feel it. I came from heaven and made it through hell, now I got ether. Should've believed them, damn, you should've believed them. She took a dab of that, till she had cataracts.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, bringing you the latest and trending topics. And I vlog my life, and I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. Okay, Friday, I was out hanging out with my girlfriends, all right, getting some drinks, chilling, letting my hair down, relaxing. I hope you all were able to do the same. Hey, Tavoris, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Yes. So, also Saturday, I got some nice quality time in with my daughter. We hung out, did a little shopping, had to get a few things I needed, for vlogging and things like that. And if you don't know, I am a sneakerhead. So I was finally able to find a pair of sneakers I've been looking for in my size forever, you guys. Oh my God. So I was able to finally get them, the golden black ones, hence the t-shirt. Shout out to Brick Living. That's my cousin's clothing line or whatever. But I finally got them, cousin. Okay. So we gonna be styling for the rest of the winter. Okay, so that's a little bit about my weekend. Also, Naughty Crew, I am now on a journey to become a licensed insurance agent in New Jersey. Okay, so I started the process. I actually started my classes this morning. So I just want to let my Naughty Crew know what's going on. So you're going to get more pre-recorded content from me during the week. And then towards the weekends, I will go live because I have to hone in, buckle down so I could get this done on the first shot or whatever. But I'm really, really excited about this journey. This is the next phase of my life. And it has a lot of incentives and benefits. So I'm really, really excited about the journey. All right. So before we get into today's content, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so you can be notified when I update content to my channel. And please participate and leave comments. I love interacting and reading the comments from my Naughty Crew. I may not catch every comment, but I try to, set aside time just so I can see what's going on and see what the conversation and the temperature is with my Naughty Crew. So, and also, please share my content on your different social media platform. All of these things that I just explained helps YouTube recommend my videos. It helps me move through the algorithm. And last of all, I just appreciate all the support that I've been receiving thus far. Like, it just means the world to me that people are embracing my vision. All right. And at the beginning of all my videos, I always put out there that we're open to advertisement opportunities. If you're a small business looking for advertisement, this is the space for you. Yes, I cater to Black-owned businesses, but we're open to any opportunities. I'm not going to limit myself in that aspect. Okay, so if anyone has a small business that they want me to shout out or anything, please reach out to us via our email. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. So today I got some performances for y'all. Beyonce is over in Dubai doing her thing. Okay. Drake performed at the Apollo last night. We won't be able to listen to the music, but we'll have the visual, and I'll leave the links in my description box so you guys can check the full videos out. All right. I have an exposing racism story. All right. And also I want to get into the Memphis police papowing and unaliving a black man on MLK Day. Okay. This story just broke my heart. And also, we're going to get into Lawrence Ray, okay? He was a parent, and his daughter attended a college, and he moved in with her and her friends, and he started a whole trafficking ring, all right? And had them doing hard labor, and he was like master manipulating. He was finally sentenced. So we're going to get into that story. And then last but not least, we're going to go through the toxic situation with Blueface and Chrissean. All right. And, you guys know how I feel about the situation. And quite frankly, I'm over it. I never wanted someone to break up so bad in my life. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you're hitting that like. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. All right. And share the videos. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into our topics. We're going to start off with the performances by Beyonce in Dubai. Where do I want to go? Yes, she looked gorgeous. She also brought Blue Ivy out. Shout out to the Shade Room for dropping this footage. Let me just make sure everybody can see my screen, okay? Yes, these are the photos from the performance. She looks fabulous, okay? So these are photos from Beyonce's performance as she lights up the stage in Dubai. And they paid her a ridiculous amount to perform. She performed with Blue Ivy. I thought that was cool. They both look gorgeous. She always goes 10% above and beyond to give you a good show. She is a performer. She's a performer. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let me see. I think I have some video footage that I can share with you guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. We're getting into some trending topics, okay? Beyonce performed in Dubai. They paid her a ridiculous amount to perform. And I'm just sharing some of the footage from that. She's gorgeous. Love, love, love the fashions. She performed at the Atlantis Royal Hotel. She said, I'm not getting no residency, okay? I got whole countries hiring me. I love the glow up. I love the glow up. And I know her concert is going to be great. I can't wait for the tour. This is her and Blue Ivy performing. And of course, I cannot play it, you guys, due to copyright, but I will leave the links below so that you guys can check out the full content. Shout out to Neighborhood Talks for this content. I love to see the mother-daughter action. I really do. Blue Ivy is just growing up so fast. It seemed like just yesterday she had her. Let me know what you guys think. Hey, Kurt. Hey, welcome, 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 welcome. Let me drop the link just in case anybody wants to come up. You're more than happy to come up and sound off. I just began. We're getting into Beyonce's performance in Dubai. She is gorgeous as usual. As per usual, okay? Up next, Drake, okay, he was in New York performing at the Apollo Theater last night, and he brought out some special guests. So I have some of that footage. Here it is. He brought out 21 Savage and he brought out Dipset. So I thought that was cool. And you know, Dipset, they're all from Harlem. So it's perfect lineup. I like the collab. For the most part, Drake will work with pretty much any. He's always trying to collab with artists and stuff like that. That's the one thing I do like about him. I don't like some of his antics, but that's neither here or there. He makes good art. So I thought that was really cool. There's Jim Jones. All right, so they was lit at the Apollo last night. Look at the Harlem Up Deli Mark. I love it. It's not New York unless you got a bunch of bodegas, okay? Remember when Cardi performed Bodak Yellow? She had the same type of background with the bodegas in the back. It's just so New York. There's Cameron. He brought out the iconic. Oh, he wore the iconic pink outfit. I love it. I love it. That was classic. He made Pink handsome. Okay. Nobody did it like Cameron. I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool. So yeah, so those are some of the dope performances that were out there, and I wanted to share it with my Naughty crew. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hey, adorable Dorman, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button. Okay, we getting into trending topics today. I just got into Beyonce's performance in Dubai and Drake's performance at the world famous Apollo. Y'all know I'm an East Coast girl, so I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on over here at all times. Okay, then, hey, Zaddy. I love it. I love it. I thought both of these guys, Beyonce and both Drake, I think they're both awesome artists, and it's good to see B hit the stage again. I cannot wait for her tour because there's quite a few songs I want to see live. Okay. Yes. Yes. All right. Let me know what you guys did for the weekend in the comments. I'll let you guys know that, now I'm on this journey to become a licensed insurance agent or whatever. So I have to begin that journey. It's going to take a little bit of dedication on my part. So, during the week, you'll get more pre-recorded videos from me. But, I'll keep my Naughty crew updated on the trending topics as I always do. And then I'll go live more towards the weekend. All right. So I can give you guys enough time. So we'll do lives like on Saturday for 2 hours and go through like whatever's trending at this point. I appreciate you all joining me. So up next, you guys, here at Naughty Love Movement, I love to expose racism. I think we need to continue to have the conversation so people can learn, all right? Because I'm over people acting like it don't exist. All right, so it's just best that we expose the situations, open up conversation, and it's not to ignite like a riot, angry type of banter back and forth. It's an opportunity for correction and educating people on how they need to address us. All right, so shout out to Black Media page for dropping this footage. Here we go.
This happened in Austin County. Video shows Miss Betty Smith get into a scuffle with 3 now former store employees. The deputy cuffs her granddaughter while her special needs son waited in the car. They tell me they want a better response from the sheriff's office and didn't hear anything from them until we called.
I'm 65 years old and I ain't never been to jail in my life. And some of the people that got it out there, they had me in there being held captive because I had stole something out of the store. See, I don't like my name and that kind of stuff.
Miss Betty Smith was taking her daily trip to Lindemann's grocery store and industry, grabbing ice cream for her son when she believes her good day turned into a great one.
I saw a $50 bill on the floor. And I told the cashier, I said, look at him, my lucky day.
That's when she says the cashier tells Miss Smith the cash might belong to a friend of theirs and demanded her to leave it there. She was the only customer in the store. As Miss Smith tried to leave with it, video shows her being stopped by 3 of the store employees. One of them rips the money out of her hands. She's then shoved and restrained.
I was especially scared of the one in the pink. I mean, because she had me around my neck and was she strong. But she was all in my ear. You black, you're not getting out of here.
By now, she's called her granddaughter, who jumped out of her shower to come and help. That's when things get worse.
The police officer came, one of the girls slid out of the door, but she slid out and she stood in front. Reached around her and I said, get out of the front of the door, let her out of here.
Destiny, seen in her bathrobe, gets handcuffed by the responding deputy. He also later arrests Destiny's mother, who showed up minutes later and was charged with assaulting one of the clerks. The family says the deputy never took statements from them or tried to de-escalate the matter. The store owner has tried to rectify the situation, offering to pay her daughter's bail, even giving her the $50. She declined those offers.
I feel like when things quiet down, the same thing was going to be happening to me again.
All 3 of the clerks are fired, but the family wants them arrested.
Why would they do this to her? Why would they think it was okay to take it that far? Like every thought process in there, from locking her in there, assaulting her, the words they use, the racial slurs, I just would want to know why.
I spoke with Sheriff Jack Brandis, who says statements, video, and even body cam footage have been forwarded to their county DA's office for consideration of potential charges against these former store employees. The store manager also spoke to me. He says they terminated those involved immediately and does not condone the way this happened in Austin County. Video shows Miss Betty Smith get into a scuffle with 3 now former.
Unbelievable. Hey, Curves, welcome.
Hey, beautiful Naughty. What's good, Naughty crew?
Make sure y'all go over to my girl's Logic Curves channel and subscribe. She on her path to 1K subscribers, and we're trying to get her there. So make sure you go over to her channel, share content, and things like that. I appreciate you joining the panel today.
Hey, and I appreciate you having a panel in the middle of your studying. In the middle of your studying.
Yeah.
In the middle of you getting ready to engineer your paychecks while you help families protect their loved ones.
Exactly.
That's what's good.
That's right. That's right, Tavoris. This is sad that we still have to tolerate this behavior this day and age. And for them not to get arrested. I think if people use racial profanity, I call it, they should be charged. What do you think,
so
Kurt?
In California here, recently, a man was arrested for using racial slurs and homophobic slurs during a tirade in something with the San. Was it San Jose? San Martin? I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But it was up here in California. And, he was literally arrested for free speech, y'all. Hey, hate speech is still free speech. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it is. So if you can get arrested in California, and we like everything out here. We like everything. If you can get arrested out here for it, then hopefully it'll be a trend, at least for like racial stuff, along with when you yell fire in a crowded theater.
Exactly. Sin City says that's just awful. Tavora says, why is that? What do you mean, why is that? Hey, Juice Radio is in the house. Juice Radio and Talk Show. Make sure you go over to her channel and subscribe. She has some great content. But that's interesting. But I just really feel bad for this. She must have been scared, right? Like, yeah, with that happening and things like that. And for her
that
family
was horrible. And the way they stalked her, they triangulated her, they accosted her, they kept her from being able to call for safety. She had to be terrified. She could have had a heart attack.
Exactly.
That was disgusting that they felt so entitled to do it, knowing There were cameras on. They weren't there. They knew the cameras were on, y'all, and they still did it.
They don't care.
Imagine that.
They don't care. They don't care. But until
Over
the law,
$50.
but see, look how the officers came on the scene. They didn't even get witness statements. They just started arresting people, and they automatically went towards the melanated side. Like, why is it always the assumption that the clear people
Well,
are innocent?
It speaks to that community a lot, doesn't it? That not
Yes.
only the white community members feel that they can treat Black people any kind of way, but that when the police arrive on a scene, that the Black people are automatically the guilty ones.
Exactly.
There's a big problem in that community, and it speaks volumes to the higher ups. And I bet the store owner probably did this quick response, they're fired, more because he's in a Black community and he better than he really agrees with them being in trouble for it, because they knew there were cameras. They knew this guy owned the store. You know what I mean?
Yep, you're absolutely right. Sin City from Nola says pain and suffering at its finest. Exactly. And it's right in our face. Right in our face. But we have to call this behavior out. All right. If you're ever in a situation like this is the time to record. All right.
Yes.
Because we have to keep exposing these racists. And maybe
I think those cops should be investigated too. Why didn't they?
Well,
Why didn't they do due diligence? Why did they just assume and go all the way through to arrest? Like, that's amazing. Really?
Exactly.
I
so
feel
I
like,
would follow this. Go ahead. Sorry, Curves.
I was just going to offer a solution, because people are like, oh, I was complaining. What's the solution? Okay. How about if we have an accountability bill for police officers, that whenever there's a hint of excessive force, their paychecks are automatically dinged, and it dings their pension? How about a financial immediate repercussion for the whiff of impropriety during your, or bias during your arrest? How about that? How about if it comes back at the end of the month from your ticket dossier that 98% of the people you ticketed for speeding were Black and 2% were other? Then you're getting dinged financially, and it's going into a national database that is public accessible nationwide. Immediate, you got to upload the results like weekly to the app about these infractions, so that it makes it harder for them to get hired next door and in other Black communities, so they can further brutalize us. And then even take it to the security guards, because a lot of them are hyphy too, because they couldn't be the cops. So take it over to security guards too, where the database has to get run through there, where you can't hire no shady used to be cop that used to have these type of things, and always hit them where it hurts. Their money, their pensions, like that.
Yep. I like that solution, Curves. Thank you very much. Leave it in the comments, Naughty Crew. This is a serious issue, and that's why I want to open it up for discussion on my panel. Racism is still a major issue in this country. I mean, it's evolved, it got a little better, but it needs to make more progress in this, and people need to know that you cannot mistreat someone based on their color of their skin. Period.
Yeah. And even that whole thing about, oh, we're strong. Oh, she can handle it. I don't know. That was an older woman. It was obvious. They did not need to hold her around her neck and say those things to her. That was terrifying. They're terrorized that customer. And I bet that's the only place she can go shop in that community without it being like a task to get someplace else. You know what I mean?
As far as your point from earlier, when you like the First Amendment right, people have freedom of speech. Yes, people absolutely have freedom of speech, but you do not have the right to surround someone and make them feel trapped.
Right, and terrorize them and brutalize them.
Don't touch me and terrorize me.
Right.
And on that, I feel like charges should have been brought.
Automatically. Not to mention, we just got over 6 feet. You're not getting in my ear unless it's romantic and I told you so.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You cannot invade people's space like that. And unfortunately, because of like the reality TV realm and social media, people are feeling like it's okay to put their hands on you.
Yeah, they feel like everything is accessible, you know?
Exactly. And it's very well not the case. Just know if you hit me, I hit back. Okay.
Hello. But that was dreadful. I don't see why it has to be something the family has to seek out. I feel like it should have been off top. And anybody who doesn't want to be accused of obvious bias and racist tendencies within their departments and systems. Where did this happen again? Kentucky?
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, wherever they are, I
Mm-hmm.
hope that they really examine and do right, because this is the hey, it's time. Yeah. And like you said, it's time to tell and say it loud and face it. Show people, hold the mirror up the way freaking Nicole sent Larsa the mirror and was like, look at yourself before you come over here. Hold it up to people when they're being racist, because they might not know who they are. And they need to know.
All right. And Sensity says PTSD, period. Pay the lady. Damn it. Yes. Pay her. She deserves some compensation. She also deserves justice, if you ask me.
Right.
But
she needs
part of the problem.
Too.
Sorry, Curbs, you were saying something?
No. Part of the problem.
Part of the problem, it be your own people, Curbs. Yeah. It be your own people. And that leads me to my next story. Okay. 5 officers in Memphis. This is taking forever. Here we go. In Memphis, Tennessee, on Martin Luther King Day, basically unalived a black man. This broke my heart. We're going to get into it.
And during a traffic stop, they are accused of violating policies.
Let me start that over. Go ahead.
5 Memphis police officers have been fired following the death of a man during a traffic stop. They are accused of violating policies, using excessive force, and failing to render aid. On January 7th, Tyree Nichols was taken into custody. His family says he was brutally beaten by officers during his arrest and died 3 days later. The news sparked protests at the National Civil Rights Museum on Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Greg is off tonight. Those officers now face serious charges, and the police department and district attorney are promising to prosecute. Tonight, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis released a statement saying the Memphis Police Department is committed to protecting and defending the rights of every citizen in our city. The egregious nature of this incident is not a reflection of the good work that our officers perform with integrity every day. District Attorney Steve Mulroy said that he is asking for patience during the investigation, saying, I don't take situations like this lightly, and I believe firmly in transparency. I ask for your patience as we gather all necessary information so that we don't compromise the investigation or any possible future prosecution. Our WRD's Ashley Paul has been following this case since it broke, and she joins us live downtown with reaction from city and community leaders. Ashley, what are you?
Yeah, Stephanie. Well, tonight we finally have some of those answers we've been waiting for almost 2 weeks. 5 Memphis police officers losing their jobs over violations in the case of Tyree Nichols. Tonight we spoke with friends and advocates, though, who say this is just the beginning. Excessive use of force, duty to intervene, duty to render aid. The violations are hard to hear for close family friends like Angelina Paxton, but she says this is a good first step to bring justice to Tyree Nichols.
I was very happy to hear that these kinds of people will no longer be the men and women, but in this case, the men that are sworn to protect us. I was very happy to hear that they swiftly got rid of that problem.
Paxton says the last 2 weeks have been difficult, but today's announcement just goes to show we need reform in law enforcement.
This is a very valuable lesson in that it doesn't matter what color our officers are. There is a problem systematically.
Josh Spickler with Just City, which focuses on accountability and advocacy within Memphis, agrees. He says it's critical the Memphis Police Department is transparent. He says so far that has not been the case.
If I were accused of murdering someone, my face would have been on your television station a week ago. Everything that you could find out about me and my past would have been on your television station a week ago. These police officers have, until just now, tonight, not been identified. We've still not seen any video of this incident. We still don't know anything more than there was a confrontation, right? 2 confrontations.
And while these are good first steps, they say they're just that, first steps. And they say these men need to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law.
And that I really hope that my friend's life ended for something amazing to begin. I hope this is the beginning of change, real change, not the change that they promise us for years and years, and it takes generations to come. No, I hope this brings reform specifically to the city of Memphis.
Now, just
It be your own people, Naughty Crew. It be your own people. I really believe it's a problem with the system. And how come there's no body cam footage? I don't get that.
That is crazy. So all 5 officers and nobody had footage?
Nobody had
So
footage.
they turned it off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
So that's alarming. And I am not, anyway, this is atrocities. The culture of police is, harm Black, period. And even the other guy that just got tased, Keenan Anderson, he got tased. He ended up getting tased to death because they kept telling him to be still while they were charging for 50,000 volts of electricity through him. And while his body was spasming uncontrollably, they're telling him he's resisting and saying, I'm going to do it some more because you're moving still, until he stopped moving. And he ended up being the relative of the Black Lives Matter lady who was getting investigated for spending the money for Black Lives Matter on that mansion. Yeah, he ended up being related to her. So I don't know if there's a deeper rabbit hole with that. But yeah, it's too much. It's almost like, does it feel like, Naughty? Does it almost feel like they couldn't wait to get their hands on us after the demic? Like we were indoors, away from them, safe and sound, living life as safe and sound from their brutality. You know what I mean? And now that the world is opened up, it's just like the amount and the ways that it's happening, the frequency, but there's no, we can't march about it now. So they did change that during the demic. They made a lot of laws where you can't, they call it a riot if you go and march. And then that lady, she got 4 years in jail for saying no justice, no peace to the police officer. And she ended up getting 4 years in jail for saying that. So they're making it an issue for us to even stand up about it. But I don't know. I was just saying to my husband, I was like, it's like they couldn't wait to get their freaking hands on us, literally tasing people to unalive. Like twice it happened this week. It's like crazy.
That's crazy. So Juice Radio has a question. What happened to cause the police to show up? My apologies. No problem, Juice. No, it was a routine traffic stop. And this was the result. The young man was alive as a result of police brutality.
Yeah.
And excessive force.
The Keenan guy had flagged the police down. He had been in an accident and flagged the police down. Mm-hmm. And they did that.
I must have missed some of that too. So
that's crazy. But this is horrible. The whole thing about us doing it to ourselves, I feel like, yes, there is that. And it does not mean that the swiftness with which they act to fire these 5 officers should be as drastically different from the actions that they would take against their non-Black counterparts in exact situations. I'm not positive that in Memphis, Tennessee, during the millions of or thousands, however the number, it feels like millions of as many times as I hear the story about being, unalived by the police that were not us. Were they fired this swiftly? Were they so desperate to get to the middle of the to the middle of investigations? Were they going to pile down and make sure they went back to the rooter and the tutor and make sure we find out everything there is to know about these gentlemen? Did they? Are they? Do they usually? That part. You know what I'm saying? So are they usually off with leave and paid leave? Or are they straight up fired, like in this case? Are they usually, so even in the whole culture of being racist towards predominantly a certain class of people, there's still racism within the treatment of punishment to the people that carry out that culture within that system.
It's all a cluster. You know what? It's all systematic. It's all meant to divide, you know?
And
if
that
you already
shows
know
that
the culture, people are mad at the culture like in the police system, but it's been perpetuated for centuries. This culture, this good old boys culture, sorority, fraternity. I mean, and then you get mad because like the gangs model that same model. That's what it's based on.
Right. Like the Kings of New York is my favorite example for where it all really started. But you're looking at minorities like we invented the mafia or like so in the Kings of New York, isn't that the one with the 4 corners and the guy had the rabbit foot and Leonardo DiCaprio came from under the caves and he ended up getting the hatchet from the guy in the middle of the town square, and all of those people were the beginning of the police force in New York?
Yep. That was the gangs in New York. That was the gangs.
Yeah, that Gangs in New York. Yeah, that show. Yeah.
That's where it all
like
started.
loosely based. That's loosely based on reality, y'all.
And it was, and that model has been carried out in many of our system structures within this country. And it started from the basis of the slave trade. Let's just keep it real. And they just kept evolving it through the years.
Yeah. Well, on the basis of the slave trade, a lot of the Irish, the signs, we always talk about that. The sign did used to say, no Blacks, no Jews, no Irish, no dogs. No Blacks, no Jews, no dogs, no Irish. They used to have different songs. I mean, not songs, but signs where Blacks were even above like Irish people and dogs. You know what I mean? So then, according to the Gangs of New York movie, those people that were under the dogs on the list end up becoming the police forces. And how much is it in their it's like for their betterment for them to now be like, oh, who was next on the list that was over us? Oh, the Black people. Yeah, let's make them under the dogs, I always wonder like where exactly in modern day did the system start, because I know there used to be indentured people here in America. I know from that, like they used to send, if it was either death or get sent to America in Europe. It was death or get sent to America.
Exactly.
If you got caught doing stupid shit way back, it was either death or get sent to America. So there was an element that was like already criminal starting off. So for that, along with slavery, along with their own trying to pretend like they weren't just the last ones under the dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all of it. It's all of it.
Hey, Feds. Welcome. Look, better late than never. I appreciate you. Sin, she agrees. She said, I said that from the rip. Nothing has really changed. The game just changed. That's all it is. They just updated it. But now they have banned, people from protesting and things like that
Yeah,
maybe we need to
yeah.
get like a virtual movement going.
Right, right. Well, I know, like, right before the vid in China, they were doing a lot of virtual things that helped that remember, there was nobody in the house before the vid in China. Remember, they were like, there was a lot of civil unrest. People were like, we want rights, we want this. And then the whole world shut down. Remember that happening? They were using a lot of social technologies to like do like basically flash mobs, like a flash mob dance, but for a protest. And they had like this app where people would be able to just get an alert to go meet here for this cause right now. And then it would disappear because over there everything's getting tracked. You know what I mean? So I had heard about that in one of those places I used to visit. So, but yeah, I feel like social justice is kind of where it's at, but we got to be careful here too. In France, they're arresting people for putting on their Facebook that the Holocaust didn't happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That just goes to show how Europe will go at all costs to protect their reputation. That's why they're so stringent and strict over there, because they do not want their skeletons to come out the closet.
Right.
And so
the whole time, they don't want their skeletons to come out, but their skeletons, that's why you can't be woke and why DeSantis is doing all that stuff, because our history are their skeletons.
Exactly. But you know what? Eventually it's all going to come out. I think I'm going to get Prince Harry's Audible book. I want to hear
I got it. It's so good. It's so good. And I love his voice.
Oh, really? So it's his actual voice.
Yeah, he reads it. It's like Prince's. Like it. Yeah. The Prince is talking to me every day.
I'm going to order it, but I'm going to read it for myself because I got a lot of reading to do. So
yeah.
So
how is studying, real quick? How is studying? Is it like super challenging? What do you...
Nah, I'm just hanging out in my bed, relaxed, sitting back.
Yeah.
Reading through the information. Retaining what I could. I'm not going to retain everything, but I'm still trying to get something out of it. But
that's the thing with when you're getting licensed, people always just pass the test. The experience comes and then you learn and you're like, oh, that's what that class meant. That's what it meant in class. But you don't have to know everything to start. You just have to pass your test, okay?
That's it. And look, guys, I'm going to take you on this journey with me as I do. Like, I'll show me studying and things like that. Because, like, me and my partner, we're going to he's going to be my study partner when it comes to that point or whatever. And I'll take you guys on this journey with me. If anybody is interested in, I know, like, I've been working for the same corporation for the past 16 years. And I just got to the point where I was just tired of making someone else rich. And I'm about to be an empty nester. So it was just that challenge of what am I going to do with my life,
Right.
And so that's where kind of where the Naughty Love movement derived from, because I just want to be able to do things that make me happy in this part of my life as I enter this season. And I was just waiting for an answer. And then God like blessed me one day by bringing Curves into my life and onto my panel, and we got to know each other. And she started sharing with me what she does for a living. I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, you could totally do this. And basically all the skills that I've gathered for the past 16 years, I'm just going to apply it to this, you guys. It's definitely doable. And I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. Like, I'm just transitioning over to being independent entrepreneur. Because ultimately my goal when I'm old, I want to be living a life of leisure. I don't want to have any financial stress and things like that. So,
and the great thing about this is that residual income that I was telling you, we make. We get renewals. There's 100% vesting. We're getting it set up. We are in a position to not only engineer our paychecks, but when we do this for the right amount of time, the renewals that we get paid can get willed to your children and their children and their children. So you're creating like generational residual income opportunity for your loved ones by selling real in life insurance and health insurance. We do supplements, but you
Yeah.
can do either outside of this too. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And I'm just taking a chance on myself, investing in myself. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Feds. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna take you guys on a journey a little bit, like with me studying and preparing for the test and things like that. I'm gonna share that journey with you guys so that if anybody is ever interested in like a career change, I am here to show you the way. Curves is also willing and available. But I'm not scared, you guys. I'm
Yeah.
not scared.
And
All
I
right.
always say, even if you're scared, do it. Even if you're nervous, just do it. Do it
Well,
anyway.
exactly. Well, I was raised. My dad just kind of always raised me, and instilled in me. Look, if there's something you're scared of, the best way to do is don't keep running from it. You
Yeah.
face it head on. So that's how I
Just
deal
do
with
it.
fear in my life. I know it's easier said than done, but it's all about a mindset, you guys.
It is. It
It
is.
really,
And it's all about a mindset, even creating a groove to know that there's like 59 millionaires in our company, that you can be one of them. Like it's there. One of our co-agents just had $1 million year in 2022. Like that's amazing, amazing, amazing opportunities. And it creates a groove though, because if you're used to kind of working 9 to 5s, you kind of are like, oh, but the security of every 2 weeks and the thrill of a 401k, well, all of that stuff is like all of it's at will. So when you're working for yourself and you're creating a groove for yourself in this space, it's empowering. And I don't know, I just feel like, whoa, like I ride my own horse over here, and we're over here in the wild and we're doing our thing. And I'm not chained to a desk. It's literally virtual. That's the other thing. Tell your friends, tell your naughty crew how you're virtual. How when you do decide to go on a vacation, you could do this like from anywhere.
I can
It
do it
doesn't
from
matter like
anywhere,
their
guys.
state.
I could be on the beach, and that's
Yeah.
that's what my goal is. Like,
Yeah.
I'm loving it. This was the last piece of my business I was missing. And I think everything is just gonna go up from here. The business is growing. Like I'm already excited about this year with my trajectory for my business. So you add this layer to it, licensed insurance agent, okay?
Okay.
Not only getting licensed in New
Okay.
Jersey, I'm getting licensed in California too.
Yes.
Don't ever be afraid to
Yes.
invest in yourself, you guys.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have
Exactly.
to leap of faith. But this is just this opportunity came about, and I eased into it. But when it came to the end, said, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Like you
it.
did your own research, right? It wasn't just everything. I was like, oh my God.
Nah,
It
I did
wasn't
my
all
own
that. Yeah,
research.
like you did your own due diligence and research, and you were like, yeah, this sounds like something I could definitely do.
Exactly. And you have to find a situation that works for you. But if all else fails, I still walk away a licensed insurance agent, which is another notch in my resume.
Right. Oh,
Makes
and
me
we
more.
don't have chargebacks. Anybody who's listening at our agency where Naughty and I work. So we work together. We're co-agents now. As soon as she passes everything, she'll be part of this agency too. I'm in California. She's in New Jersey. And this agency is able to do that. So no matter where you are, when you get on Naughty's box about whether or not you want to do this, wherever you are, you'll be able to do this. Okay. But she being over there, me being over here, we're still both in a position to what, Naughty?
Collaborate.
Yes. And she still gets to do her YouTube stuff and her Naughty raps.
Get those head wraps. Yes.
And yes.
It doesn't take away from it. If anything, once I get full time in this, it's going to add to my other businesses because I'll have more available time to focus on the things I need to focus on. It's just like a juggling act right now.
Yeah.
But, I've been making sure I get up and make to-do lists every morning so I can stay on track and accomplish
Scheduling is your friend, definitely.
Yeah, the important
Scheduling is my friend for sure. Oh my gosh.
Feds, you know what? International's probably on the horizon, Feds, okay?
Oh, well, we do it also in Canada and New Zealand is as far as we are right now.
He's in St. Lucia, but
Oh.
we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, right on.
We'll keep you posted. We'll keep you abreast. So I have another story. I don't know if you guys remember Lawrence Ray. He was the father of we got you, Feds, over here. We want everybody to grow. All right. And it's enough for enough to go around for everyone at the end of the day.
Yeah, there's
that.
enough. There's more than enough.
Exactly. So Lawrence Ray, he was the father of a college student who he moved into her college. It was like a house, not so much of a dorm. But ultimately, he trafficked her friends out for sex and basically like blackmailed them and had them doing basically manual labor, like a slave or whatever. Yeah. Well, he has finally gotten sentenced, you guys. So let's jump into the article.
The man who moved into his daughter's New York college dorm and then subjected her friends to forced labor and prostitution was sentenced to 60 years behind bars today.
Lawrence Ray, found guilty at trial back in April of sex trafficking, forced labor, conspiracy, and extortion. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor was in the courtroom.
A judge told Lawrence Ray his crimes were particularly heinous. He demoralized and brainwashed victims, employing methods of psychological terror, beating, torturing, starving, and sexually degrading them, telling Ray he used his charm, exaggerated sense of self, and intelligence to rob victims of their money and self-worth. Ray was an ex-convict who moved into his daughter's dorm at Sarah Lawrence College in 2010. Students testified he lured them in with stories of his political connections and acted as a father figure. He conducted his own therapy sessions with them, groomed and abused them, alienating them from their parents. One said she became a sex worker 7 days a week to pay him back after he convinced her she had poisoned him. She paid him about $2.5 million. Through a statement her former attorney read today, she said she was subjected to unremitting sadistic torture and that today she barely has the energy to exist. He once bound her to a chair and put a plastic bag over her head, almost suffocating her. The prosecution asked for a life sentence. They also noted one student was made to slap himself until his face was swollen. One had pliers placed around his tongue and a knife held to his throat. The defense argued for a sentence of just 15 years. Ray himself spoke, but only to talk about his health and harsh prison conditions. His attorneys say he was instructed not to show remorse due to appeals. The judge said a punishment of 15 years would not begin to capture the gravity of his crimes, and that his argument of harsh prison conditions was ironic, given the torturous conditions inflicted on the victims. The judge said Ray attempted to extinguish lives and wanted to send a message to others who think they can get away with a crime like this. The 63-year-old was sentenced to 60 years. Ray was ordered no contact with any of the victims. His attorneys noted there was no one there on his behalf. Outside of federal court in Lower Manhattan, Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.
There you have it, you guys. I don't know if that story rings bells with you guys, but it was big over here on the East Coast, and I'm glad he got 60 years. He should have more than that.
More. Way more.
His poor daughter. She probably didn't think her father would do this. It's just sad what he did to them, but he basically like this. That's why you have to be strong in your mind, you guys. That's why it's so important to be strong mentally here, so people like this can't come in and coerce and manipulate you. Because there's people out here like him. That's all they do. They sit and plot and scheme. I have an ex-friend that was like that. And unfortunately, he was addicted to alcohol really bad. And you know, because of his addiction, he was always plotting and scheming. But he was the type that just liked to stir the pot all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like, because if he couldn't have his way, he's going to dismantle everything.
Right.
That's how he was. I cut him off ultimately. I said, I can't trust you.
Yeah, you can't trust people that'll burn it all down.
Sensei, who gonna claim this man? Sin is too hilarious. So yeah, no, I wanted to bring this story to my Naughty crew because I followed it and I've seen they have documentaries on it and everything. He had them extorting their parents for money and everything, Curves.
No way.
Yeah, no, had them calling home to their parents and demanding thousands of dollars. Ultimately, I think that's how he got caught. Like, one of the parents just became suspicious.
Yeah.
Because you know your kids' patterns. You know your kids' patterns.
And he was making them call for money and doing all this stuff to them. And then his own greed got him caught. It's just like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But guys, I bring these stories because brainwashing in America is an epidemic. If you all notice, like with a lot of religious organizations, like the Scientology, the FDLS, it's all the same formula. It's meant to isolate you away from anyone that's not involved in that organization, so that you're only consuming what they're telling to you. Those are brainwashing techniques.
Yeah.
You have to recognize signs of cultism.
I feel like, yeah, that's a personal responsibility. I don't, as much as cults are a thing, I also feel like, please, please, please just use some common sense. Like, if somebody really wants you to stop being like everything you just did yesterday.
For what? That's all for, so they can control you ultimately. It's all about control so that they can drain the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate goal. To drain the swamp. How does my sound, you guys? I just got a new microphone.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. So yes. I just wanted to touch on this story briefly. And the last story we're going to get into, you guys. Woo. Guys, if you have young children, protect them. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Because Chrissean Rock and Blueface are procreating. The world is in trouble. I'm telling you, the world is in trouble. But you know what I noticed about Blueface? Because I went back to that interview where she got carried out when she was having her 2-year-old tantrum.
Yeah.
He don't never lie. He say what it is.
Right.
But Chrissean, she has selective hearing. And she's so obsessed with him, she only picks and chooses. She cherry picks what she wants to hear. So in one breath, she's saying, oh, we're getting married in October. And then in the next breath, he's saying, I don't believe in marriage.
Yeah.
She makes these things up in her head and she thinks she can will it by faith for him to turn around and want to be faithful to her. That shows the level of where she's at mentally. You understand? And that's why she had all that whole big meltdown. Because if he's not filling her and consuming her with all the attention, she's not happy. And so she's gonna make everybody else around her unhappy. Yeah, we did for sure, but they're trending, you guys. So you know what? They like to play in our face. We're gonna talk about it, all right? Just views. That's all. So it was Blueface's birthday or whatever. They're claiming they're broken up. And so now we on to the next antics, okay? This is just scary. This is just scary if you ask me, because after the way she acted, the way she got carried off of that show, she is not like a mom to me. And I'm seriously, I want the best for the girl. All right. But I also figured out why they're doing all this antics. Because whenever they have a new show about to hit, that's when they start doing all this internet crap and trolling and things like that. But Baddies West is starting this week. And you know she's on that. So we had to have a whole big upset to bring attention to ourselves so that everybody would tune in to watch her.
Wow.
Exactly. What now, child? That's exactly it, Sin. That's exactly. But you know what? I want to talk about this. You want to know why? Because our young people are watching these two and they're thinking it is okay what they're doing. Look at how all these young people are taking pals and turning it on teachers. People are really thinking it is okay to lay hands on people. And I just think it's unfortunate. But we have to limit social media. We have to do better with our children. This is not it. And I think the reason behind it is people are leaning towards social media more than anything for their information. There's no more of the wholesome shows like the Cosby Show, the Winslows. What was it? Family Matters. There's no more of those family shows.
Yeah, there isn't.
So the Baddies
I
West
don't know. I don't really know if the millennials would be able to tolerate it though. I try to sit my kids down and try to show them some good old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. They are not with the graphics. They're not with the frequency. It all bores them. They need it quicker. They need it brighter. They need it funnier. You know what I mean? Like it's just not even their vibe anymore. You know? So like I feel like while this is a problem,
You there? Oh, she lost connection. So anyway, we'll move
No.
on.
While this while this is a problem and everything, Naughty, I feel like we'll have to like simultaneously come up with a solution. Like we can't like really just take everything from them. You know what I mean? Like what can we do? What could the handoff be?
Well, number one, you have to educate your children on what it is to be on social media and the responsibility that it comes with, right?
Yeah.
And to me, her image is getting more and more damaged, you know. Just for example, they showed a scene from Baddies West, right? And she showed up late because Chrissean, she wants to live a life of no accountability, right?
Yeah.
She wants to be able to say what she wants, do what she wants, be able to lay hands on people when she wants. And when you have an unpredictable personality like that, people are going to be uncomfortable when they come in the room. So here's a clip from Baddie South. I won't play the sound. But this is her coming to the front. She decides to show up when she wants. She delays the other castmates from moving forward because she thinks she's the star. And she's just like, it's just a little late. But they're upset because you're wasting our time.
Yeah.
She doesn't care. She doesn't care how she affects people. That's why I no longer say, oh my God, I feel bad for her. She doesn't care. She's rude and she's disrespectful.
Yeah, she's too much. Like the way she breaks people's things. They were at some gamer's house or pad, and she was like breaking the stuff, and he was really like, I worked for that. Like, and she's like, you could get another one, yo. Like she's so like stupid. It's like beyond stupid and disrespectful. And I still don't feel like any of this is like, I still feel sorry for her. Like, I feel sorry for anybody that believes that that's a reality that they should be living. Like, what? Were you breastfed on Jerry Springer or Maury Povich? Either way, you can still make it out of that mentality if you choose. She was a track star. She was in church. So something happened, obviously, that fractured her reality and made her depart from what's a form of normal and tolerable. She used to know how to do it.
Her parents weren't parents, and they put the weight of responsibility on her to provide for the family. So she goes out west and tries to make it so she can provide for her family. But it comes to find out they clout chasers too. They don't really have her best interest at heart. Okay? So she just has no good foundation. She comes from 2 parents that were addicts. She's one of 11 children. Okay,
Wow.
so she grew up with no accountability. She grew up. But I think she really truly fell in love with Blueface, but he will never love her the way she wants him to. And so many people have tried to talk to her, and she's just hard-headed. Here's Dr. Ish and her talking with the liquor bottle in her hand.
Got a good heart, a big one.
Seems like a good dude.
He's a great dude.
Seems like a good dude. And when stuff like that happens, it makes you feel like maybe he's not as committed as you want him to be. You're in love, and when stuff happens that looks like it's threatening that, it just hurts your feelings.
Yeah, and I flip out.
Right?
If you don't want to be committed, that's on him. That got nothing to do with what we got going on. So shit, do you hit the fan? Like, would you switch up? Would you move different?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll do certain things to catch his attention, but that's only because I want it my way.
Yeah. Talk to me about them flip outs. Because you don't flip out, you flip all the way out.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like a
I'll
little
be
bit.
in jail that day.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right? So we want that to not happen. You know what I mean?
But the type of nigga he is, it gotta happen like that.
But does it though?
I don't know.
You like it like that?
No, but it is what it is.
But she believes she going to make him love her. And I'm here to say, Chrissean, you can't keep no man that don't want to be kept. He says it over and over again. He will never marry you. He's never going to stop messing with his baby mom. That's his family, his core family. But as long as you allow it, he's going to continue the same behavior because he doesn't have any consequences, right?
Right.
And unless you require him to, and that means really separating yourself and not indulging. Okay, because watch what's happening. He's talking about he's breaking up with her right now until it's time for another round of his show to come back around. Because that's what he uses her for, to boost up the ratings for his show. You got to recognize when you're going to be used. And I'm not here to tear her down at all, but I'm here to have the open conversation. This is a classic example of love bombing.
Yeah.
She's in therapy with a bottle of Patron and Red Bull. What's wrong with this picture? Thank you, Fez. And she's so pretty. If she continue drinking like she do, she's not going to be pretty. She has aged in the last year from when she first started. She's only 22 years old. She looks like she's heading for 30. Alcohol ages you. Thank you, Tavoris, for your comment. We young people got to learn how to respect our parents and watch what we say in front of our elderly people. Exactly. There's no more respect. I hear you, Feds. She does just need guidance, but she has to be open for receiving that. And she's just not in that place. And she uses the alcohol and the drugs to cover up her pain. That's just the honest truth. Because she knows he'll never, ever be loyal. So that leads me to my next point about this story. She is out here.
The little one.
She's pregnant.
Sorry. I'm doing the vlog.
Shout out to On Site.
I'm so scared. Oh. Just to make sure that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have a question. Oh, sorry. Everybody just started looking at me. Okay. When you're pregnant, do you hear a heartbeat or it'd be too early to hear one?
Hold on 1 second. I'll come talk to you in 1 second.
Okay. Because I hope I hear 3. So 2. Look, big drop, not the little one. Sorry, I'm doing the vlog.
Why does she walk like that?
Because it's a twerking society. Everything's a twerk. All right. Does this look like a woman that's ready to be a mother?
No.
She was just drunk and carried out. Like how are you pregnant all of a sudden? and you're downing all this liquor.
Hey.
And let's not forget how many babies she has unalive, okay? Like it's a sport. That's not cool. You're tearing up your insides. So that leads me to believe, like, will she even be able to legitly carry at this point, you know? Because she's went to the chop shop for him. But why keep putting your body at risk for a man that does not want you in that way? He just wants to do business with you. And he said it on the interview. He was like, you know, I seen the star in her and I wanted to put her on, but I didn't want her to be put on like, oh, she got put on because she's effing a hot rapper. He wanted her to build her own platform, but in between time, she fell in love with him. But you shouldn't have screwed her, Blueface.
Yeah.
So, like, where's the accountability on your part? Just wilding, exactly. Feds, yes. Immature. Tavoris, no, it's not.
How old is she?
22.
How old is he?
He's probably about 25.
Oh,
but she only wants a baby so bad so she could compete with the baby mama. But girl, you're being pimped. You're taking care of his whole family. The baby mom, she know her position. She just sitting back collecting the check. Exactly. All right. So up next, so naturally, Blueface mom wants to start to troll, okay? Because she's got to get her street cred off of this. And she's the reason her son is the way he is, okay? The apple don't fall far from the tree, right?
Apples and trees, y'all. Apples and trees.
Exactly. So Carlissa took to Twitter or Instagram or something. She said, don't apologize to me today because I didn't believe her yesterday. God would never do that to me or these kids, but have a beautiful delusional day. The whole IG is 5150. If she really pregnant with my son, my blood, my baby, I will get off IG. That's what she's saying.
Wow.
And she's saying, so then she goes on to say, post that vasectomy receipt so you can shut these folks up. That's what she's telling Blueface to do.
He didn't get a vasectomy.
But they love to play in our face.
Did he really get a vasectomy?
They love to play in our face. So now that leads me to the next part of this. Blueface is denying the baby, okay? When you don't have a commitment, ladies and men, when you do not have a commitment, ladies, that becomes your baby and Papa's maybe. You heard me? Because this is his game. That's why he's gonna make her wait and go through the pregnancy by herself till they can do a DNA test. That's the game we play. Okay? So I have his responses. It is crazy. You can't you couldn't pay me enough to go through all this drama. Life's supposed to get easier, not harder. And these young folks, with the decisions they make. Okay, so here's Blueface. He took to Twitter. He said she must be currently drinking while pregnant. That's a red flag. And then he's like, it's not a Blueface baby. And then he says, Lord, please, in the name of Jesus. Okay? Deny. But she makes stuff up all the time. All the time. Just like she made up. Look, when he got arrested for the attempted M word, she slipped it in so the judge will call her his fiance. Who wants to get engaged at a court case?
She's delusional.
She's delusional, and that's the point I wanted to bring. Like, she is so obsessed with Blueface that she's creating her own narrative in her head, kind of like what Jag is doing. Okay.
Yeah. That's a dangerous place to be. Is it something in the water, KNOTTY, that is the thing that Jag was doing too? Like, is there something in the water?
Exactly.
Should we go like on a fast? I don't know what's happening. What's safe? What's not? I don't want to get delusional.
And I'm noticing a pattern. They both live in parallel worlds where they don't like to be held accountable. They like to justify. See, Jag on one hand is very profound and well versed, and she tells a great story. And then on the other hand, and she's peaceful and she's trying to save everyone. And then on the other hand, she's aggressive. She's like an assassin, and she can hurt you and this and
Yeah,
that.
she's holding on to a lot. She's holding on to a lot of the past, and on the other hand, she's like, "Oh, I'm letting go." But, dude, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around. It's a time of awakening. I feel. Go for it. Let the truth out.
Exactly. Go for it, Curves. So I just wanted to present this last piece to see what my naughty crew think. I just feel bad that she thinks she's procreating with this dude, and he doesn't even want her, Curves. He says it. He's been saying it from the very beginning that he kept saying, like, we just friends with benefits. I don't want no commitment. When when they know what they want when they want it.
Yeah.
And when they
Pretty
want to be
much.
with someone, you'll know.
Right.
They'll choose you.
Right.
It wouldn't be this cat and mouse game.
Right. That's true. That's true.
And they both are equally abusive towards one another.
Equally.
Equally.
I feel sorry for Blue some days. When he bashed her, when she got that cut on his head, I was like, ooh, dude, you need to learn self-love too. What makes you think you deserve that? Like, why are you near a person that don't put yourself in a vicinity of somebody that would like give you a concussion, y'all? That's not self-love.
It's not. And it's just like, why does he tolerate it? Right? Because
right,
she's
exactly.
the bag. She's the bag. She's the money right now. And so now his show is over. Her show's starting. He doesn't need her anymore, guys. Check the pattern. Now they're broken up. Patterns. I look at patterns, you guys. I look at patterns. So I dropped the link just in case anybody wanted to come up and sound off on any of these stories that we just discussed. This last piece, I am just gonna go through my head wraps just so you can see the fabrics. Please place your orders for your head wraps. You could DM me. You could also email me, and we'll start the communications off that way. All right. So here's some of the head wraps. These are the higher quality fabrics. These start at $20 per yard because they're handcrafted, beaded, all types of things. It's just a higher quality fabric. Okay.
Oh, that's my seat.
Also, these are more patterns. They're all beautiful. I got my first European customer, Curves.
Oh, really? I bet.
After the call, yes.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
They're so beautiful.
Naughty Love Movement. We're about to be international, you guys. International. All right. I want to spread this movement worldwide.
Yeah, head wraps are everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm planning. I just have one panel I'm working on right now, but I'm planning a panel to go into the history of head wraps and how I ultimately came up with this idea to go into business for myself.
Yeah.
This. So I plan on telling that journey. So you all can know.
Oh, I'd love to hear that. I would love to hear that.
And as soon as I get a free minute, I will be making new tutorials. So what I did, Naughty Crew, I did have.
I love that one. That's the one. That was the one too.
That's your one. Yep.
I was waiting for it. I was like, yeah. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I got you.
I like those two the best for me.
So yeah, no, that
one. That one.
You're
saying it. Look, I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
So together. Also, I have a date coming up, a live coming up in February. I am joining the YouTube tour hosted by Roy Ayers World. Please go over and subscribe in the Gray Hair Diva. I'm their next stop. And we have a great conversation about identifying what your love language is. Okay, so I'm gonna post the link for a quiz. So we'll have a panel and we'll discuss the different love languages. So I'm excited about that. Curves
Is that going to be a live event or a pre-tape?
a live event.
Oh, right on. See you
It's on the
guys. Yeah.
weekend.
So smash the bell so you can get notified when you post that, right?
Yes, please
Because
smash.
if they hit the all, then even if you post it to your community tab to let your naughty crew know, then they'll get notified because you made a post, right?
Exactly.
Right on.
Exactly. So I'm excited. I have a lot of things on the horizon. I'm excited about taking my insurance classes. And I'm excited to bring you guys on the journey with me. You know, I am a entrepreneur and things like that. And I would like to share everything I'm learning with my naughty crew, just in case anyone is ever thinking about going into business for themselves. And Kurt is
Yes.
great contact. She has a lot of knowledge. So
Right
I'm
on.
excited to be working with her as well.
Right on. Thank you very much.
Make sure you go over to her channel and subscribe. So I don't think anybody's gonna come up, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the live here. Curse, do you have any closing thoughts?
Well, just, let's be kind to each other. Let's be kind to ourselves. Have grace with ourselves. As we speak, so shall it be. So let's, always speak a kind word and positive things so that that's what we're manifesting. And then it'll be a better world all the way around. That's my speech for the day.
Thank you so much. Hold on, let me get into these last comments. Sen says, when they choose you, you get D, great things. I love it. Tavora says, like hearing your message. You are amazing woman with respect. I appreciate that, Tavora. And I'm just always looking to learn and grow. That's the
Right
one
on.
thing I love to do. Good things to come. I feel like
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
And thank you so much. I'm excited with you, Nikki.
Right
Yay.
on.
And this is the type of energy I like to surround myself around, because this gives me the feels. Because, guys, some days I go like 18 hours, between
Right.
YouTubing and working and things like that. And just trying to make sure I bring good content to my naughty crew and also keep my work life and my family life
Yeah.
balanced. So a lot goes into this. So that's why I really appreciate you guys' support.
We love you. We love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Curse. Thank you for joining me on this panel today.
Is somebody in here named Miss Gina?
Miss Gina.
Is there any Miss Ginas? No.
I see Sin City, Fez, Tavoris, Juice Radio.
Okay. I was just wondering. Right on. Right on. Well, you know what? I always appreciate when I saw that you were coming up. I decided let me come up and
I love
support.
that.
It's because of you, darling. That manifested itself out of my closet after all this time. It was like, here I am.
And see, this one is from my Silky collection, you guys. The Satin Silky collection.
It's pretty. I like it.
And, I got I'm feeling real goldy. So
oh, I love them.
These are my new kicks, you guys. I was able to treat myself.
You got tiny feet. They're so cute.
That's the beauty of my sneaker game, because I have small feet. I wear kid sizes.
Oh.
And kids, so like with my daughter working at Foot Locker, I get a 30% discount. I get my J's for $85.
Oh my gosh. See that?
I'm a real big
sneakerhead, so I want to
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm a real big sneakerhead, and it's been like over with me, like getting this business going. I had to sacrifice a lot, and like a lot of the things I used to do personally, like buy a pair of sneakers every like 6 months or whatever, I had to cut all that extra stuff out so I could recoup money for my business. You know, these are the
Right.
this is my first official pair. Where's my Milo?
Oh, you know what? He's
Oh.
asleep. We had a long night. You know, it's Chinese Lunar New Year. Oh yeah, that whole horrible shooting happened in LA. And for Chinese New Year, they went to this
Oh my God,
event
I
and
saw that
just
story.
10 people, and I was like, oh, no way. But last night, we went and we blew our own firecracker tower for the bad spirits to stay away for the year. And then they stayed up all night like it was New Year's all over again. So they're all asleep. And Milo was scared, you guys. He did not like it one bit.
They don't
He
like
did
stuff like
not
that.
like all that firecrackering.
Makes them anxious.
Yeah, it was a full-on massacre.
It's horrible. So my
Yeah.
heart goes out to those family that lost loved ones. I was gonna do the story, but you know, my energy, I gotta keep it pure today.
Right.
So I'll get into that later in the week. It's developing still anyway, so I'll get the details and I'll present it to my Naughty crew. And just a reminder, you guys, so more during the week, I'll probably be doing more like pre-recorded videos because I have to focus in on my studies and things like that. And I'll go live towards the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, to balance it all out because I don't want to neglect my Naughty crew. I want to keep giving you guys content.
Yes, yes.
All right, so yeah, it is too dark, and it is you know, as a content creator, you have to be careful of what you consume, right?
Yeah.
You know, because it can kind of spill over into what you're feeling and things like that. So, you know, sometimes I like my one friend, part of my Naughty crew, he would send me stories and it was always about like rappers getting unalive. I said, dude, can you not send me any? Because half of these people, I don't even know who they are. Because the hip hop community has changed. Back in the day when I grew up in the hip hop era, you knew who different rappers were.
Yeah, like you don't even have time to know somebody before you hear about them passing.
Exactly. It's all about preserving my energy, and that's part of my whole mantra, right? I
Yeah.
have to be careful. And I also make sure self-care is at the top of my list. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I allow myself one night a week out to hang out with my girls and network and have a good time and let my hair down and sing and dance and everything. So that's the one time I give myself, you know, out the week to just kind of just do me.
Yeah,
Do me.
I love it. I love it. And I love that you go live from there. You guys, she goes live from her Instagram there. Be sure you check it out. You got to set the notifications over there too, I guess. And so when you get those notifications on Fridays, believe that she is out having a good time on the dance floor. It's like you're at the virtual party with her. It's so cool. I be grooving with her. It's so cool. It's so cool.
And I love to dance, you guys, because it releases some of that negative energy. It's just like a restart for me when I dance and stuff like that. I just let the beat take over my body and I
Yeah,
go
yeah.
with the flow. And by the time I'm done and I get home and I kiss my man on the lips, I be all ready for him. Like, so, you know, everybody deserves to have a good time, you know, and I just love music. I love music.
Yeah, all of it, all of it, all of it.
All right. So, Curse,
All
thank
right.
you so much. I'm going to drop you down, or unless you want to stay a little bit.
No. I'm out. Peace out.
Okay.
See you.
Love
Thanks,
you.
Naughty.
Bye. All right, you guys, that's all I have. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button. Also, donations are welcome. They're not required. I don't push it all the time. If you guys happen to like what I'm talking about, please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. All right. All the proceeds goes towards growing this whole Naughty Love movement vision. So all donations are thoroughly appreciated, in the words of Jovi beauty school. Go check my girl out. She's fun too. All right. And to all my haters.
And I wanna say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I got love for y'all too. All right, Naughty Crew. I appreciate y'all joining me this afternoon. I have to go cook for my family. Yes, Naughty After Dark. I love it, son. I'm going to name my next live Naughty After Dark in honor of you. Yes, fans. So I'll see you all soon. All right, I'll be posting and everything so you guys know when I'm going live or when I'm going to post a video. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. 1